So travel's kind of get back to normal right now, and a lot of people taking planes for the first time in a long time. And with that comes the annoyances of getting on a plane and riding with other people. So Tyler and I are going to do a similar list to what we've already done, but we're going to do top 3 on the plane pet peeves. So the things that annoy you the most. And we have some of your answers too on Facebook that you guys gave us some great ideas, but these are more personal and closer, more than any other list I think that we make is the stuff that pisses us off.
And we want to give a disclaimer. Look, we know you haven't traveled in a long time, and maybe you forgot about the impatience of what... Is impatiency a word? Because I feel like it should be. The impatience that can arise from being on a plane. And we encourage all of you to be kind and be nice on planes and realize, like, everyone hasn't traveled in over a year. It's okay. So help the people that work there and just get through so everybody can enjoy their destination.
Basic rule on a plane trapped on a metal tube with other people flying at 30,000 feet is the same thing as what applies whenever you're on the ground, is treat other people how you would like to be treated.
Yes, for the love of God.
My number 3 is loud talkers or loud laughers. I was stuck on a plane for 2 hours with a lady who could not keep her mouth shut, and she was the loudest laugher that I've ever encountered.
So she checked both boxes herself?
Both boxes by herself. She was one of those laughers that, it just kind of hurts your earballs a little bit, just because the high-pitchedness or the annoyingness of their laugh. So loud talkers, you're in this encapsulated tube with people. There's no need for your voice to echo across and everybody hear you. And on a plane especially, you're close to people, so you don't need to yell that much. So I don't understand why people do it.
You sure her friends weren't like 2 rows back?
No, she was talking to the person right next to her.
But everyone, her whole life story. Yeah,
every little nuance of her story, and she would giggle at herself, and that made it even more annoying. So that's the reason why it's number 3.
That's a good one. I like that one. And my number 3 is people that rush to board the plane when there's assigned seats.
Correct.
Guys, like, we're all getting on, okay? And just because they say, zone 1, you can board now, that doesn't mean everyone has to rush to get on the plane. All you're going to do is make things more crowded. It's going to take a lot more time, and it's going to be annoying. So just, I don't even ever know what my zone is if I have an assigned seat, because I'm just going to wait till the end, because all these people are crazy to get on a plane and sit there. I sit on the plane the least amount of time before we take off.
There you go.
Please just understand that you can do that too. Let the weirdos try to rush on there. You see this a lot?
Oh yeah, I think it's those people who think that if I get in early, I'll get my seat better than everybody else, or I deserve
what
to
seat?
Get on
You
there.
have a specific seat.
I deserve to get on there before everybody else. Maybe that's the more or less the feeling.
Okay,
but there's always, no matter what flight you're on, you're gonna have those people.
I would like to know their justification. Like, this is my logic of why I need to push people over to get on the plane. Which oddly leads to my number 2, Jones, and that is people that try to rush to get off the plane.
Okay.
Right? When your people in the very back of the plane are pushing people back into their seats because they're trying to push forward.
Right.
What are you doing? Like, guys, let the people at the front of the plane get off first and let it go. It's like when someone gets married, right? And they come back in and they let the pews out. They start in the front.
Right.
You don't just butt in from the back and run up to the front and shake the bride's hand and get out. You wait patiently. Your turn will come. Guess what? You also have to wait for your luggage anyway.
Right.
So there's no point unless you really got to take a shit to get off the plane that quickly. And in that case, be like, excuse me, I have to use the restroom. People will move.
Right. And it's the selfishness, I think, both for the getting on the plane and off the plane first. It's the selfishness of the
It's not a race.
Better. Yeah, but some reason that they just feel that their time is more important.
I think it's a lack of self-awareness.
Yeah.
Not self-awareness. A lack of awareness for other people.
Correct, yes. Along the same lines, my number 2 is no headphones guy. And so this is the guy on his phone his device or his iPad or whatever, and he didn't bring headphones. It's 2021. Everybody has headphones inside their pocket.
You can get in trouble for this
and
now.
you could ask for them whenever you arrive on the plane.
They still have that?
Yeah. You get free headphones. And so this happened on the flight of mine. The guy was listening to his phone way too loud to say, hey, sir, can you please put in headphones? He said, I don't have them. They gave it to him. But they're available for free for everybody.
He didn't know this?
He didn't know it, and still he's cranking his movie at 100 decibels across where everybody could hear him. Same thing with the loud talkers and the loud laughers. You have a
this
phone.
Dude's using his STEMI check to ride the plane for the first time. That's what's happening. Look, warning, okay? People are using their STEMI checks to ride the plane for the first time. So your patience, once again, has to be at a higher level than when you usually ride the plane.
Correct.
Sorry.
Yes. My number one is the extra recliner. So this is a person who goes way too far back on their seat. The most that you can give, and this is advice for everybody, the most that you can give is 2 clicks. In my mind, 2 clicks on a plane, that's the most. No matter how big the person is behind you, 2 clicks is the maximum that you can do.
It's a good
because
rule
of course
thumb.
your leg room isn't all that much unless you sit on one of the wing seats, but your leg room isn't all that much and you don't deserve that much space anyways. You can sleep on a plane with 2 clicks. That's it.
I don't even know if a plane seat goes back more than 4 clicks anyway.
Right.
So you go from like here to like here.
Right.
It's not going to help you sleep. You're just going to crowd the person behind you.
They did a survey on this a couple years ago, and they found that 41% of people feel the same way, that recliners infringe on your personal space.
Yeah.
So everybody, I think, has that person that they've had on a flight with, have been way too close to them at one point in time, and the recliner is somebody that gets inside of your important time that you have to relax on a plane. They get inside of that.
AKA between your legs.
Yeah.
That's where they end up. And you're trying to watch your Amazon Prime show with some Joe resting between your legs. It's a bit awkward, I understand that. So my number one is a new pet peeve for traveling, because it had never happened to me until this last trip that we went on. Okay? And so I'll give you my number one answer. My number one answer is people that grab suitcases off of the luggage carousel without properly checking that it is actually their suitcase.
Yes, and you have a personal story to go along with this one.
So we had 3 of our people in our family. We had 3 suitcases, right? Black, navy, red. Red wasn't ours. We had to borrow it from a friend. So we didn't tip. Put a ribbon on it so you know it's yours.
Yeah.
It had no demarcation to that
It wasn't personal.
Black one comes, pop it off. Navy one comes, pop it off. I see a red one come in, and I'm like, it could be ours, might not be ours. I don't know. Gets about halfway, a lady comes up, picks it up, walks away. It's just me and my 6-year-old, and my 6-year-old's like, that was ours. And I'm like, nah, she had a lot of confidence when she took it. It was definitely hers. Don't need to worry about it. Here comes another red one right here. It gets in front of us. Definitely not ours. Comes a third red one. It comes in front of us. Definitely not ours. That was it for red ones. They never came around again. All the cycles go through. Everyone's gone. We're left with a different red suitcase that keeps coming around. We finally take off the rack and our 2 proper suitcases. So we're preparing to go file some. I don't know what the hell to do. Tell someone that we had our stuff stolen. And then all of a sudden, my daughter just yells, "Yellow dress, yellow dress." And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, "Yellow dress," and she points outside the terminal. And she had remembered the person that took our particular red suitcase had a yellow dress on.
Nice.
I said, "Stay here." I'm sprinting outside, doors open. I run up to this lady. I'm like, "Lady," and I had the other red one. "Lady, you got the wrong bag." And she said, "I don't have the wrong bag." And I said, "Look at it. I have the wrong bag." We switched.
And I don't understand.
Problem solved, but that's my number one. That happened in real life.
I don't understand why you wouldn't double check just to make sure the contents are yours.
She grabbed.
You understand when you travel, and there's lots of people that have similar bags, but why wouldn't you just double check to see if there's, again, any personal
She would have got to her Florida resort with all 6-year-old clothing.
Bad place to be.
Yes.